Welcome back. John and Kendra Smiley joining us as they do every week. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's get to this question real quick. It is, our sons are 2 and 4 years old, and I don't want sibling rivalry to become an issue. Any tips?
Well, first of all, this is great timing because the boys are still little. And I think the fact that this mom or dad, these parents are sending in this question shows that they're going to be proactive and they're going to be conscientious with this. And I think the biggest thing is not to create this sibling rivalry. Sometimes parents do. They find that, they have their kids race across the yard and see who wins and who loses. Right. Not a good idea. The other thing that parents really need to be conscious of is not having their kids compete for their love. For the love of mom and dad. Make sure you're lavishing that love on both kids.
Right, and I think the other thing that we need to do as parents is look at our kids and find out their area of interest and then encourage that for each one of those kids to develop that. And what this does, it does something very important. It helps those kids encourage each other. And that's one of the things as parents we want to do. We want to encourage our kids to be encouragers. And if we have a situation where each one of these sons has their own area of interest, then we can start saying, oh, you're doing a great job here. And everybody in the family is doing that, including each one of those children. They're encouraging each other, and that's so healthy because and then we don't have to get into this rivalry thing of who's better. Each one of those kids has their own separate thing that they're doing.
It's interesting because our youngest son, we have 3 sons, they're all adults, and our youngest son was a baseball player, played at the University of Illinois, and his older brother the oldest brother didn't like baseball at all. And yet when he was successful, they felt that they had contributed to that success. Why? Because they never competed. Instead, they encouraged each other along the way. So they felt they were a part of the team, too.
Can it ever be completely gotten rid of? I mean, there's got to be always a little bit of rivalry.
In fact, another story just in our own family, our oldest son was very good at track, and he was a hurdler. And so the second son decided to go out for junior high track. A couple years later, he said, I'm not doing the hurdles because Matthew's too good at that. You see, they decided themselves not to create that. There is some degree of
right, and I think as parents, we obviously look at that and what's natural, the natural rivalry, we don't want to get rid of that because, like you said, Kate, it is going to happen.
Right. And just a little bit, but you got to try your best at trying to.
A little healthy competition isn't bad.
Yeah, but just try to maybe not add to it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, great advice as always. And if you have a question for the Smileys, go ahead and send it over to their website, www.kendrasmiley.com. And if they answer it on the air, you'll get a copy of their book. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.